Hey everybody, this is Greg Gossett from Gossett Trading and Mentoring Live, and today is Tuesday, June 1st, 2020. We are in the first day of a new trading month and the final hour of the current trading day. I mention this each day, but in my opinion, the most important time to make your buying and selling decisions for your swing trades is at the end of the day, because at the end of the day, the large financial institutions come in, they take control away from the day traders and the algorithms. They are dealing with the most money. They have very smart people, best technology, best information, and I just feel like it is the most valid price. If you're below your exit or your stop level, or selling it, if it's above, keep it. It doesn't work every day, but it's in the long run, I believe it's a long-term edge in your trading. So it is a new month, June. It's my mother's birthday today, June 1st. And so happy birthday, Mom, up in heaven. And, the beginning of the month is always a good time to make some decisions or have some goals, or say, okay, this month of June, I'm really going to stick to my process. I'm going to trade correctly. So if some of you out there have maybe been making mistakes or doing a few no-nos, then why don't we just take this opportunity today, being the first day of a new month, and just say, look, for 30 days, I'm going to follow my process. I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do. And when you get done with the end of the month, if you can do it for 30 days, what science says, it will become a habit. So, let's take the opportunity today to do that. So, thank you all for coming. Always great to see everyone. I appreciate that you're having, I hope that you're having a good day. The Dow is currently up 77 points. It's up 0.22%. The NASDAQ is up 18, up 0.13, and the S&P is up 3.96. So earlier in the day, we were up much higher. We've come back. NASDAQ went red. Now we're green again. This is all good. So anyway, here's the plan for today. First of all, we are going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. Secondly, we're going to come back, take a look at my current positions, talk about when I bought them, why I bought them, and how I am going to manage them going forward. After that, I did have one little day trade today on Apple, not too much. I'll share that with you. Then we're going to go over the board. We're going to take a look at my students' current positions. We'll go through one by one, see how those are doing. After that, we're going to do a little bit on trader psychology. Oh, always the most important part of the day, everyone. Most important skill is being able to follow your plan from a psychological standpoint. So we'll touch on that. After that, I have gone down through the results of my watch, or I've gone down through my watch list. I've gone down through the results of Kamal's scanner. I have 3 requirements before I'm entering any new trade. First, I want to look for confluence or a combination of indicators lining up on multiple time frames. Number 2, I want to make sure I have a good risk to reward ratio. And number 3, I want to make sure I have a full trade plan, which includes adjusting your position size for volatility, having an emergency stop, having an end-of-day stop, having intraday profit targets, having looking for significant overhead resistance levels, and having a good trailing stop plan in place so that if you have a profitable trade, you're not giving it all back. All right, so as we get closer to the end of the day, I will go through my end-of-day candidates. I'll try to narrow it down to the very, very best 1 or 2. And if I find something that looks good, I will go ahead and purchase it before the market closes. After the market closes, if you have any questions for me, please just put them in the chat. I'm happy to clarify anything. Glad to look at any stock symbols. If you like my opinion on it, just put an emoji by it. And then lastly, if any of my new students have any new entries or exits for me today that they would like me to update on the board, if you could please wait till the end of the day so that I'm done teaching, I'm done trading, and pressure's off, and I will definitely get to those, and we'll take as much time as we need. Okay, so hang tight. I'm going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer, and I'll be back 40 seconds. Thank you. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Please carefully read and/or listen to the U.S. government required disclaimer before watching this video or live stream broadcast. The video link and disclaimer text are located in the description section of this video or live broadcast, here and here. Thank you so much. All right, let's see who is here today. Steve Burns is first on deck. Good to see you, Steve. Steve says, hello, traders. Welcome back to the market. Good to see you, Steve. Hope you had a nice weekend. Appreciate everything you do for this channel and for being here every day. I really mean that. Michael Wilkinson, who is Lava, in case everyone doesn't know that, Michael or Lava, I'm so used to calling him Lava, says, hi, everybody. Good to see you, Michael. Kamal is here. Hey, bud. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well, hanging in there, Kamal. Appreciate everything you do for this channel and with the scanner and your friendship. And thanks for that, bud. Really appreciate that and hope you're having a good day. Steve says, Baidu has a 520 crossover. Great. Let's put that on the list then. All right, got that taken care of. Khalid is here. Hello, everyone. Nice to see you, Khalid. Appreciate you being here. Steve says, nice overnight SPY trade again to start the month. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Jonathan is here. Evening, Greg and group. Hello, Jonathan. Good to see you. Steve says, IWM has a 1050 EMA crossover. So let me add that to the list as well. And let me add it down here as well. Tracy is here. Nice to see you, Trace. Hope you're doing well. And Paxton, if he's there with you. Frank says, hi, Greg and group. That overnight SPY trade has been like a Vegematic. Set it and forget it. Do you remember those commercials? Those were good. David is here. Nice to see you, David. Okay, so listen. I'm switching something around on the when I go over my current positions. I discussed this with someone over the weekend, and I'm going to make a little bit of a change. I will cover them today, but what I'm going to do on the weekly trades and on the monthly trades, I am going to just cover the weeklies at the end of the week. I'm going to cover the monthlies at the end of the month, just to save a little time, give us more time to do analysis. But I will go through them today, just in case someone has a position, just, we'll go over it one more time. All right, here we go. APPN. David, Lilia, Jonathan, and I did buy APPN with an under 30, over 30, bought at 83, 84. Moved sideways, started to move up nicely. Did take profit targets on this. I did sell half of my position here, which so far was a good idea. I didn't like the rejection of the 1 ATR channel and the 50 and the 20 and all that kind of stuff. So I did take off. So I bought here at 83, 84, took profits, did sell half here because it was kind of a bearish bar. It is down 2.81% today. It is up still nicely on the trade. Whenever I move 1.5 ATRs from my entry and it comes back to my entry point, I would get out at break even. So tomorrow, even intraday, if it got back to break even, I would get out, but still profitable trades because of the scaling that I did and because of the taking off half yesterday or Friday because of the ugly bar. So anyway, down today, but still nicely up on the trade. Hubs. Well, Hubs, not so hot tamale on this one for sure. I bought Hubs with the confluence of signals of V2 and a 520 crossover, and just completely reversed right back down. I'm down 2.3% today. I will be exiting Hubs today for a loss and locking in that loss. IRSG, Lily and I did buy IRSG at 843.75 with the 520 crossover. Came down Friday, it was up, gapped way up. Glad to hit one profit target at 851.08. Really glad for that because it reversed pretty strong, down 0.65%. My end of day stop on a 520 crossover is on the close of the price. If it closes below both the 5 and the 20, I would sell half. If then I get a 520 cross under, I would sell the other half. So as it is right now, it is down on the trade, but I am still keeping this with because everything is intact. MSTR, Tracy and I did buy MicroStrategies with an under 30, over 30, under 200, over 200, bought it at 454.92. On some of these big up moves, did take some profits, so forth and so on. It's up 2.28% today, got close to a profit target, sold half of it on Friday erroneously with a close below the previous day's low, but it did not move more than 1.5 ATRs for my entry, so that was a mistake on my end. I should not have done that, and it cost me a little bit because it is up today, but so far from entry to current price up 5.42%. Netflix. All right. Well, Netflix, I bought with Johan with a 520 crossover at 504.13, moved up, hit some profit targets, but today it is down 0.35%. The 520 crossover is still in place, I believe. Yes, 501.53 to 501.21. If they were to cross under today, I would get out. If today we close below both the 5 and the 20, I would sell half of my positions. But this one is down on the trade. Roku, bucking the trend up today. Paxton and I bought Roku at 347.48. It's currently 347.19, so about break even. Did hit some profits, but slightly up on the day, but slightly down on the trade. SPY, we mentioned that earlier, nice overnight SPY trade. I bought this on Friday at 420.04, sold it to the open at 422.60, so $2.54 on the overnight SPY trade, which is good. TER, Jonathan, Gary, David, Paxton, and I did buy this at 127.70. It's currently 131.29. It has moved more than 1.5 ATRs for my entry. Did hit one profit target earlier in the day, $3 higher. Glad for that. If we were to close today below the previous day's close, I would sell half with my trailing stop rules, but currently it is above the close. WBA, I did short WBA with the big down bar, move back up, rejection of the 50 RSI, rejection of the 50-day moving average, plus a V1 to the downside. I shorted at 52.94. It's currently 52.63, so it is down, which is what I want because I am short, and it's up on the trade. So it's down on the day, but I'm up on the trade. Twitter. All right, David, Tracy, Paxton. Okay, Miko, Gary, David, Tracy, Paxton, Kamal, and I did buy Twitter with this nice close under, close back over the 200-day moving average. I bought it at 52.58. It's currently 57.47. It has moved more than 1.5 ATRs from my entry. Today, if it closes below the previous low, I will get out of half and lock in half. All right, let me take you. Okay, so these are the weekly trades that I'm going to discuss one more time, but after that, I'm only going to look at these on Fridays at the end of the week. Gary and I did buy Twitter with the return to value, false breakout to the downside V2, bought it at 43.96, moved up for a couple weeks, came back down, lost the 50 RSI. I sold half here, but I kept the other half. Down a little bit on the week, down 0.04%, but so far this weekly trade is up 17.49%. DoorDash, Tracy, Paxton, Jonathan, and I did buy DoorDash. We had a false breakout to the downside of V1. We came back, tested the halfway, which I liked, bought it at 137.48. It's currently 149.99. It is down a little on the week, but the trade is nicely up about 8.79%. Last weekly is PKI. David and I bought PKI with a 520 crossover, bullish engulfing bar, trigger of a fractal, 140.80. It's currently 142.43, down on the week, but up on the trade. And let's go over here to our monthlies. I did buy, is anyone else? Yeah, Tracy and Paxton and I did buy monthly with a 520 crossover, bought it at 246.64. So far this trade, the first day of the trading month, it's up 3.12%. And then UNG up 4.18% today, but on the monthly, I bought this with a higher low V1, V2 with David and Tracy and Paxton. Bought it at 1052. It's 10.96. It's up, let's see, so far on the trade up 4.84%. All right, so those are the weeklies and the monthlies. I will be covering the weeklies on Fridays. I'll be covering the monthly trades at the end of the month. Apple, I did have a short day trade on Apple. I shorted, not anything to write home about, but I did short Apple with this consolidation here, sideways motion, trigger of a fractal. I shorted at 124.58. I took half at the close of the bar at 124.44. Then it reversed on me, went back to break even. Once it got to break even, that second half, I just took it off as a scratch trade. So for half of the trade, I went from 124.58 shorted, covered at 124.44. Okay, so that's all my positions. Let's go over and take a look at yours, shall we? All right, Lilia bought U.S. Food Holdings. Nice trade. Bought this on Friday at 38.82. It's currently 39.62. It's up 1.75%. Beautiful trade there. It looked like a higher low V1. Now we've got a 520 crossover and MACD crossover, so that's good news for Lilia there. Fiverr, Steve bought Fiverr with 520 crossover at 195. It's currently 207.12, up 0.88% and nicely up on the trade. TQQQ, Steve bought TQQQs, that's the triple leverage Qs at 101.60. It is down 0.25% today, but Steve is still nicely up on that trade. Steve also bought the regular Qs at 332.78. It's currently 333.53. This one is down a little bit on the day, but still up on the trade. Levi, which we haven't seen this traded a lot, but Kamal having a nice day with the false breakout to the downside. Bought Levi at 26.81. It's currently 27.50. It's up 2.77%. So way to go, Kamal. ELY is Frank all the way back here at 27.75. It's currently 37.20, up 0.76%. And this has been a monster trade. Frank is up 25% on this trade. So congratulations, Frank. ASML, Lilia bought ASML at 648.80. Looks like she sold half at about 666.79. Today was up earlier, but now down 0.68% on the day, but still nicely up on the trade. CPRI, Frank CPRI bought this all the way back here at $52. It's $56.24, is down 0.83%, but still nicely up on the trade. Boeing, Kamal had a beautiful trade on Boeing, bought it right here near the absolute low at 221.10. It's up 3.14%, and this has been a monster trade for Kamal, up 13.63%. Fastly, I believe, is Lilia. Yep, Fastly, Lilia bought at 43.70. It's currently 47.27, up on the day and up on the trade. Sony, Steve had a nice trade on Sony a couple weeks back at 95.19. It's currently 99.27. It's down 0.34% today, but nicely up on the trade. Nike, Steve also bought Nike with the 1050 EMA crossover, bought it at 137.21. It's currently 134.60. So this one's down on the day, down on the trade. BILL, Paxton bought, and Tracy bought BILL at 149.50. It's currently 152.59. So this one is was down earlier when I looked, but now it's up on the day and up on the trade. IWB is the Russell 1000. Steve bought the IWB at 236.40. It's currently 236.65. So it's down a little bit, but still up on the day. Tesla, David bought Tesla at 606. It's currently 624.71. So down on the day, but up on the trade. GNRC. Steve bought GNRC at 320.13. It's currently 322.63. This one's down on the day, but still up on the trade, which is the most important. Airbnb having a nice day today. Kamal, Jonathan, Johan, Gary Kamal bought it down here at 134.90, and everyone else bought it at 143.20. But this is up on the day and up on the trade. Angie's List, Steve bought Angie's List at 14.26. It's currently 14.35, so this is up on the day and up on the trade. DT, Tracy and Paxton, beautiful trade here on DT, buying it at 44.50 with the deep dip buy of the 200-day and close back above. It's 51.34. It is down a little bit on the day. They sold half, which I think was a good idea. Lock in some of that big gain. So it's down on the day and up on the down on the day, but up on the trade. And then Uber, Gary bought Uber here at 48.20. It's $51. So this is up on the day and up on the trade. A lot of positions, everybody. Okay, I said hello to David. Hey, Gary, good to see you. Hi, Ava. Nice to see you, Ava. Nice chatting, communicating with you over the weekend. Thank you so much for that. Hope you're having a good day. Jonathan says Disney, DKNG, and Square have a 520 crossover. All right, I do have Disney. Let me see what I can do over here. Oh, come on. Okay, what am I doing? All right, so let's put DK and G. And what else did we have? And Square. All right, we'll add those to the group. Dan says, hi, Greg and everyone. Hello, Dan. Nice to see you. Gary says, I'm super happy that my Beyond Meat cover calls got assigned on Friday. Let's see, what's Beyond Meat doing then? Yeah, for sure. Kamal wants to look at Ping. Yeah, false breakout to the downside, V1 sideways motion. It looks pretty good. Kamal. A N A B. It's okay. Only 41,000 shares traded though, Kamal. That's the, I like Ping better. QLYS. Higher low V1. So, you know, that qualifies for sure. Steve said Square has the 520 crossover. Yep. I have that on the list to look at. Johan, good to see you, buddy. Lilia, hi. Good to see you, Lilia. Johnson says hi, Greg, and everyone. All right. Well, look, let's get to trader psychology first, and then we'll get on to take a look at all this good stuff. This is from our good friend Steve Burns, who is here in the chat right now. He is over on Twitter at @SJosephBurns. So go over, subscribe to him. It's a great channel. He's a great guy, of course. And whenever Steve says anything, we should probably listen, right? How long does it take to become a profitable trader? I get this question a lot. How long does it take to become a profitable trader? And the answer may surprise you. Most people talk about it in length of terms of time. But what it comes down to is what Steve mentioned. However long it takes you to develop a trading strategy with an edge. You need an edge. You need a quantified edge so that just like a casino has an edge in every table game, every slot, they have an edge. You need to be the same way. You need to be the casino. So how long does it take to become a profitable trader? Well, depends how long it takes you to find a trading strategy with an edge. That could be crossovers. That could be under 200s. under 250s, back over 200s, back over 250s. Combinations of that are even better. But number one, how to trade a trading strategy with an edge. Number two, proper position sizing. You hear me talk about this all the time. You need to have proper position sizing, everybody. You need to take a look at the volatility of the market and adjust your position size accordingly. I feel very, very strongly about that. If volatility is a 1 and you're trading 100 shares, fine. If volatility increases 3 times to 3, now you're not trading 100 shares anymore. You're trading 300 shares. So the proper thing to do there, if volatility increases by 3, you need to reduce your position size by 3. So you'd be trading 30 shares. See what I mean? And number 3, discipline to follow your strategy. Of course, well, this is always it, right? I mean, if you have a great trading strategy with an edge, that's great. But if you don't follow it, it doesn't matter. So I love this. How long does it take to become a profitable trader? However long it takes you to develop a trading strategy with an edge, proper position sizing, discipline to follow your strategy. Those are the steps. That's it. Have an edge, position size correctly, follow your strategy. Problem solved, everybody. Done and done. Thank you, Steve Burns. Appreciate that. That's really good information and a good reminder to me, and I hope it's a good reminder to everyone else. VMW. Yeah, I have that one. I have that one on my list, Ava, but let's take a look at it right now. Yeah, there you go. False breakout to the downside. It's a V2 currently. Looks like enough shares to be traded. I put this green line. This is right about halfway. So if I were to buy this today, it would be right at the halfway mark, right here. Let's take a look over on the weekly. Weekly looks okay. Support of the negative 180, or sorry, support of the 1 ATR channel below it. Support at the 5. This looks pretty good. It's a bit of a risk. The risk is a little bit more than I like, but it did go under 50, over 50, nice V2, under 50-day SMA, back over. It's okay, but there is a little bit of a substantial risk here. I do have to say that. I mean, we're looking at 1.36%. I guess not that bad, but yeah, all in all, pretty good. Frank has a poem for us. Let me put that in there. Where'd it go? What brings you to the trading table? Stocks can be like cards that get shuffled and labeled. Without a system that works and is able, you won't have the edge that keeps you profitable and stable. Well, that is so true. And that is the key word, stable. To keep yourself stable through your ups and your downs, all that kind of stuff, right? But what a great poem. What brings you to the trading table? Stocks can be like cards that get shuffled and labeled. Without a system that works and is able, you won't have the edge that keeps you profitable and stable. Wow. Unbelievably good. Unreal. So good, Frank. Thank you, my friend. All right. Well, let's take a look. Okay, what's the market doing here? So the Dow's up 45, NASDAQ's up 4, S&P's up 0.34%. All right, let's take a look at some possibilities today. All right, here's Apple. Have that day trade. I can get rid of those lines. Has not tested the 200. I was in Apple. I got out a few days ago, thankfully. Had problems with this 50-day moving average. Has not bounced at the 200, so it's not a legitimate deep dip buy yet at this point. So I think I will skip Apple. Amazon did reject the 200-day moving average and then closing back above. So this one could be a potential. Pretty decent risk to reward ratio. Let's look over on the weekly. Weekly, boy, it is really going sideways, isn't it? What do we know about sideways? Sideways motion leads to moves up or leads to moves down. But all in all, I mean, this does back test well with close under the 200, close under the 200s or close back over the 200s, and this does give a fairly good risk to reward ratio. So this one's definitely a possibility. Disney earlier in the day had a 520 crossover. Currently it's 177.70 to 177.69. So it is a 520 crossover. Not sure I really love the rejection of that -1 ATR channel. Let's look over on the weekly. Weekly, we had the big down bar. We're hovering right about halfway of that big down bar. So I think I'm going to skip that. Exxon does have a, let's see, high. No, not a fractal, but it does have a 520 crossover, which does backtest slightly positive for Exxon. Not great, so I'm going to stay away from Exxon. VMW, we looked at this one, false breakout to the downside and currently a V2. The close was 161.21, it's 161.34. So this currently is legitimate under the 50 SMA, over the 50 SMA, under the 50 RSI, over the 50 RSI, false breakout to the downside, and a V2. Yeah, we looked at the week already, is holding the -1 ATR channel. It's not bad. My feeling is it's a little, the risk is a little bit down there, but it is legitimate. UA has a 520 crossover. I did backtest this. It does backtest positively, although not much. If I'm looking at the right one. Oh, let me look at UA, Under Armour. Okay, so actually UAA is the one that backtests well. This one does not. So I'm going to stay away from that one as well. LVS looks like it has a 520 crossover. Let's take a look at this one. Yeah, this one I cannot backtest either, so I don't know how that one backtests. DKNG looks like it has a 520 crossover. Okay. This one I cannot backtest as well, but I believe this one does backtest with the 520 crossover. Maybe Steve or Kamal could give me some confirmation on that. It did reject the 200-day moving average up here pretty substantially, just bounced there, so that's not a great sign. If we look over on the weekly, we are holding the 50-week moving average, so that looks pretty decent. Square 520 crossover is down a little bit today, not too much. I know Square backtests well. What else did we have? We had Baidu and IWM. So Baidu, pretty strong here, up 2.83% today. Let's look on the weekly. Weekly, it's right under the -1 ATR channel. That concerns me just a little bit. It has moved up fairly strong. It doesn't mean it can't get up to that 50-day moving average. And then on the weekly, we have that -1 ATR channel above as resistance. IWM has a 10. Let's see, was that 1050 EMA cross, Steve? Oh, SMA. Yeah, there it is. Little high for me. Little high for me up near that second ATR channel. Has a -1 ATR channel above on the weekly. Boy, this, you know what? This is a little tough. Apple, I don't think I like Apple. Amazon, I'm not going to take Amazon. Disney, I'm not taking Disney with the rejection of that 1 ATR channel. Exxon had the 520 crossover, kind of a big move already, and it doesn't backtest that well. I mean, positive, but barely. VMware looks pretty good. It's probably my favorite at the moment. UA, not sure of the back test. Las Vegas Sands, not sure of the back test. DKNG, waiting for some confirmation. Square, rejection of that one ATR channel. I'm not too thrilled about that. BIDU does back test well. Has the -1 ATR channel above on the weekly. That's the only concerning, but this does back test well. And IWM with the 1050 SMA, it is crossed today, but just for me, I just feel like it's moved a little bit, a little too far. So for me today, actually, my favorite is VMW. And so I'm going to put that up here. VMW. But before I get all excited about something new, I am going to sell half of my APPN. I am going to sell all of my hubs. I'm going to keep ISRG. I'm going to keep MSTR. Netflix. What do we have here? 501.13 compared to 501.10. But we are under, so I will be selling half. I'll be buying SPY at the close as usual. WBA, I'm holding the short. Twitter, looks like I'll be selling half of Twitter. So looks like to me, VWM is what I am going to be buying today. Let's take a look over here. Okay. $130.62, $130.96. So TER is still holding the low, so I'll have to watch that carefully. LMND Lemonade. We haven't looked at that one for a while. Close under, close back over the 200-day moving average, retested the 200-day moving average. Good risk to reward ratio for sure, Kamal. Just this goes against my filter rules. I don't buy a close under, close back over the 200 if it's over the second ATR channel, which this one is. But, you know, I feel like that rule has saved me definitely more money by using it, but still this is a good risk to reward ratio. It's an excellent risk to reward ratio, and on top of it you have to close under 200 and then retested the 200, so it's tested it twice, and I do kind of like it. Steve says DKNG backtests well with the 520 EMA. Don't necessarily like the rejection of the 200 though, and the rejection of the 50. So yeah, I'm gonna stay with VMW because it's over the 50, it's over the 50 RSI, false breakout to the downside. We'll see what happens. Ava wants to look at ARCB. Arc Best. It's pretty sweet, Ava. I like that. A little low on the volume for me, but lots of volume. 520 crossover. ARCB. Let me see if I have time to backtest that. ARCB. Shoot. I can't pull that one up. I don't know if anyone else can, but that's a sweet place. Moved over the high of the range and a 520. I don't know, Steve or Kamal, could you, if you wouldn't mind, backtest ARCB? That looks pretty good. Frank says, I do like DKNG if for no other reason there is no chip shortage in gambling. That's true. It's good. Yeah, I like this Arc Best. I like the volume. I like this a lot, as a matter of fact. ARCB does backtest positively? Well, I think I'm going to change my mind. I think I'm going to go with ARCB. I like that a lot. $0.04 spread. Yeah, I'm going to go with ARCB at the close. I like that quite a bit. I like the volume. I like the V2. I like the 520 crossover. So I am going to buy ARCB, not VMW. Thanks for that, Ava. So Teradyne 130.62, 130.98. So far that's a hold. APPN, I'm selling half. Hubs, getting out of. ISRG, keeping. Monster, keeping. Roku up, keeping. Buying overnight SPY trade, of course. WBA, my short, now is up a penny but keeping. And Twitter selling half and buying ARCB. This is kind of interesting on VIX today. We had a V1 on Friday. Then we came down today, went below the low of Thursday, which triggered this red bar. But then this red bar, that's a bearish signal when you trigger the red bar. But then the red bar today did not follow through and reverse back up, which to me makes this bullish for VIX. All right. So I already sold half of APPN. I got out of hubs. I am out of hubs. ISRG, I'm keeping as is. MSTR, I am keeping as is. Netflix, I just sold Netflix. I just don't like that at all. It's closing below both the 5 and the 20. The 5 is still above the 20 for now. Now it's under. Actually, now it's back over, but I just got rid of Netflix, so I'm out of Netflix. Roku I'm keeping. SPY I am buying at the close. TER still above previous day's low, 130.62. We're at 130.98. WBA, my short, up a penny, but still up on the trade. And I did sell half of Twitter as well. So ARCB looks like it's making a high on the day. Looks like VIX is making a little bit of a run here at the end. Let me check my Teradyne. That's still all right. So out of half of APPN, I'm already out of hubs. Took the loss on hubs. ISRG, I'm holding. MSTR, I'm holding. Netflix, I am out of. Looks like the 5 has crossed under the 20 anyway, so I am out of that. Roku, I am holding. SPY, buying at the close. TER is still holding barely. WBA jumped up on me on my short. That's no fun, but still positive on the trade. And I sold half of Twitter. ARCB making a high on the day again. NASDAQ went negative. We have about 6 minutes to go. All right. Give me 1 second, everybody, while we're just waiting for the close. I have to take care of something real quick. Oakley dokley. All right. All right, so Frank has a joke break. 2 Wi-Fi engineers got married. The reception was amazing. That's good. 2 Wi-Fi engineers got married. The reception was amazing. I would imagine so. So Steve has a bunch of exits for us. We'll go over that and get those all updated. I'm going to go ahead and buy ARCB right here. What do we have? We have 2 minutes to go. Okay. Teradyne's holding fine, so, oh wait, low 62, we're at 66. I may have to sell half here of Teradyne. Oh, this is going to be close. Low 62, we're at 71, so far it's okay. Oh, now it's 62. Oh, this is going to be tough. 71, it's okay. Looks like it's okay. All right, well, let's see where I bought what I needed to buy. I bought SPY at 419.67. I bought ARCB at 81.25. All right, so I bought SPY at 419.67 for the new overnight SPY trade, and then I did buy ARCB at 81.25. All right, and get rid of these and get rid of those. All right, I did sell AAPN. No, sorry, Hubs. I did sell Hubs. I'm out of Hubs. I did sell Netflix. I'm out of Netflix, and kept everything else except for I sold half of APPN with a close below the previous day's low. I did hold TER. It did hold above. WBA, my short, I'm still slightly positive. And Twitter, I sold short with a close below the previous day's low. So if any of you have any new entry signals, or any of my students have any new entry signals or exit signals, go ahead, put them in the live stream right now. I will get them all taken care of before. Just real quick, just want to remind everybody that I do teach private one-on-one lessons in the evening time via Skype. I love to teach. I think I'm good at it. I teach a great course that is 15 hours long, 5 sessions of 3 hours each. I teach you all 5 of my trading approaches step by step, so that you have tools. Regardless of what the market's doing, you will have a strategy to trade it. The price is $1,750, but it's it seems like a lot of money, but it is well worth it for the attention that you get. And it's just, if you're going to learn something, learning something one-on-one, in my opinion, is the very best way to do it. So, if you're considering it, I know you're going to be a better trader when you're done. I have taught a lot of students and had some really good success with a bunch of them. And so, if that's something that interests you, send me an email. The email's in the description of this video. I will write you back and say, great, let's set up a Skype call. After we do, or then we'll do the Skype call. I want to learn more about you. You can ask me questions about the course. I want to learn about your trading, your experience, your challenges, your goals, and then we'll see if we're a good fit. And after the Skype call, you can think about it as long as you want. And if you decide that you want to move forward after that, just send me an email back. We'll get it scheduled and away we'll go. Number 2, I do have an online video course available on udemy.com using the deep dip buy strategy, one of my favorite strategies. It's 9.5 hours, 15 study guides, 26 videos total. It's on sale right now. It's like $12.99. It's the best $12.99 you'll ever spend. So the link's in the description. Go over there, take that course, and you'll be a better trader after that as well. And then lastly, if you like today's podcast, if you could hit the thumbs up button, I really would appreciate it. It does help build the channel, keep the channel around, helps YouTube know that there's some valuable content here, so that they will continue to promote it. And there's a lot of traders out there that could use some help with some good trading principles. And I think if we could get them here, it would help them. So if you did find today's podcast valuable, all I would ask is that you just try to hit the thumbs up button before you get on with your day. All right, so let's see here. Steve exited TQQQ for a 0.18% gain. Okay, good. Gain is a gain is a gain. Exited Sony for a 4.15% gain. Very good, Steve. Way to go. Steve entered BIDU at 201. $41 with a 520 crossover. All right, got you down for that, Steve. I'm long IWM. IWM 228.19. Steve with the 1050 SMA crossover. Okay, got you there, Steve. Exited GRNC, GNRC, excuse me, for a 0.5% gain, 0.59% gain. All right, we got you there, Steve. Take that off. Exited Nike. All right. Oh yeah, big bar. Take Nike off then. Kamal is out of Twitter. No additions. Frank is in DKNG. With the 520 crossover. Okay, Frank, you got it? David is also out of Twitter. Okay. Gary is out of a half of Twitter. As am I. Tracy is out of DT. That was a nice trade, Tracy. Tracy and Paxton are out of half of Twitter. David is, wait, did I get that all? Yes. ARCB with Tracy. Okay. TR says, hi. Cute question for the deep dip buy course. Is the emergency stop kept on in perpetuity, or is that just for the first day? No, that is forever, TR. Yeah, that is forever, unless you have a trailing stop, or if you're an under 30, over 30, and you move 1.5 ATRs from your entry, then the emergency stop becomes your entry price. But no, that is there forever, as long as you're in the trade, or until I guess really honestly it's there forever unless it's an under 30, over 30, and then if you move 1.5 ATRs from your entry, then the entry spot becomes the emergency stop in essence. But for all the rest of the under 30, over 30s, under 200s, over 200s, under 250, over 250s, yes, it is there just as protection for you, in case you get a big move down. And remember, the emergency stop, you're going to hit what you are allowed to hit as far as your maximum allowed loss. So yeah, basically as long as you're in the trade, that is there, not just for the first day. Does that make sense, TR? All right, what's happening after hours? Apple is unchanged. AQ unchanged. SPY's up 11 cents. David says, Greg, have a great rest of your day. Thanks all. Thank you, David. You as well. TR says, okay, makes sense. Wasn't sure if you moved up the TR, up the to ATR. No, you don't. It just stays in the same place there. But of course, your trailing stops start to kick in once you move above 1.5 ATRs, and you start to trail with selling half with a close below the previous day's low. But no, it does not move up. But the other trailing stops do come into place after you've moved 1.5 ATRs. And the only one where it does move up, actually, TR, is the under 30, over 30. If it moves 1.5 ATRs from entry, then your emergency stop essentially becomes just your break even, because an under 30, over 30 can, if that's all there is, can tend to bounce nicely, but then come back down. And an under 30, over 30, if it bounces nicely, I don't want it to come back and let a winning trade turn into a losing trade. All right, let's cover this real quick. If we all do one random act of kindness, we might we just might set the world in the right direction. It's Martin Kornfeld. Let's do it, everybody. Just one nice thing every day for another person, for an animal, for both. It would be fantastic. It would make the world a better place. So I like to mention this each day. So let's go out and do that. I have to get out of here. I have an appointment I have to be to, so I'm going to have to run a little early. But thank you for coming today, everyone. I appreciate it. I'd appreciate if you would hit the thumbs up button on the way out. Tomorrow's Wednesday. It's garbage day, so don't forget your garbage, right? But thank you all for coming, everybody. I really do appreciate it. Ava says, thank you so much, Stuart. Great. Thank you so much to you, Ava, for everything. Really, I really appreciate you, Ava. You're a very nice person, and it's an honor to have you in this live stream with us. I really mean that. So thanks a lot, everybody. Take care. I have to run. And Michael says, thank you for everything. Thank you, Leva. Appreciate you being here, buddy. And we'll talk to you all soon. Bye-bye. U.S. government required disclaimer. Stock, options, futures, and Forex trading is not appropriate for everyone. While there is a potential for large rewards, there is also a substantial risk of loss associated with trading. The material in this video or live broadcast is not geared towards any particular individual or to any particular financial situation and is not intended to meet the particular investment objectives of any viewer. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Any and all information contained in, implied, or referenced by this video or live broadcast is not to be construed as investment advice, and no representation is made that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast is an investment or financial advisor or is registered or authorized to give any financial advice. We are publishers and educators only. Therefore, the various producers of this video or live broadcast will not accept liability for any loss or damage of any kind which may arise either directly or indirectly out of the use of any of this material, including any loss of profit. No representation is made that any account or investment will or is likely to achieve the profit or losses demonstrated. We recommend consultation with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment decision. This video or live broadcast is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell any security, financial instrument, or financial product of any kind. Notice is hereby given that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast or their clients may have an interest in any security, financial instrument, or financial product mentioned or referenced. Any simulated or hypothetical performance result depicted does not represent actual trading and therefore may under or overcompensate for the impact of various market factors such as lack of liquidity. Thank you.